Well, let's dive right on in. It's really important to know what you want, right? Oftentimes, clients will reach out to me, or new clients, that is, and they vaguely know what they want, but they really don't know what they want. So, knowing what you want is critical, and I will help you navigate that. And honestly, every single coaching call, we can only work on one thing. But what is it that you want? And how important is it for you to reach your goal? Truthfully, that's something your mind has to know deeply. And the key word is important, right? We could want, we can need, we can should ourselves to death, but how important is it for you to reach your goal? Or change something, or find a solution, or create a habit, or break a habit. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your number? So 1 being very not very important, right? So number 10 would be very important. What is your number between 1 and 10? I would love to know, and you can comment below whatever your number is. So what has you choose that number? In your mind, what has you choose that number? What thoughts come up for you? And is the number below 7? So if it's under 7, do you really want it bad? Do you want it bad enough? Is it bad enough that you can stick to it every day? How, whatever it is that you're wanting to change or create in your life, it needs to be greater than 7. And if it's a 7 to 8, how can we get it to a 10? How can we elevate it to a 10? What makes it exciting, thrilling, important? And also something that I find pretty regular is when I ask a brand new client what it is that they want, they tell me what they don't want. And so maybe on that last question, if you're maybe wavering on it, 4 or 5 or something like that, maybe it's because you don't have clarity. Maybe you don't know what you want. You're focused on what I don't want. And that is an operating system that will fail. So you need to have really good clarity on what you want. Your language is really important. How you describe it, what you're telling, what you're envisioning needs to be all the things that you want. Can't have language of I don't want to feel tired anymore. I don't want to feel low on energy. I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to be weak. I don't want to have pain anymore. You can't describe it that way. It's not compelling. It's not exciting. The brain won't understand it and you will fail. So this is something I really work deeply closely with my clients on, is really understanding what you want, being able to articulate it, being able to describe it, being able to see it, feel it, taste it, whatever. Changing your language around to embrace what is important to you. Is what you're wanting to achieve or do intrinsic or extrinsic? This is really, really, really vital as well to your success of achieving what it is that you're setting out to achieve. So intrinsic is what I like to call internal. It's personally meaningful to you. So internal, intrinsic. Is it meaningful to you? If it is, great, fantastic. That's what we need. That's the fuel, that's the octane we need to launch you off into outer space. Extrinsic is exterior. That's how I like to remember that word. Is it achieving something outside of yourself? So a way to describe that would be, is it obtaining some validation from other people or approval from other people? Okay, so a lot of times that's achieving like an award or a trophy or some sort of words of affirmation from someone else, seeking attention or a pay raise or some sort of external worth or value. So it's really vital that whatever you're wanting to change in your life, whatever goals you're setting out to do, whatever habits you're wanting to obtain or break, bad habits, whatever there is, there's got to be some tremendous intrinsic value attached to it. Extrinsic's okay to have some of that, but it cannot be predominant. Is the goal too big? Quite often, that is the case, right? They're not able to describe it. The goal is way too big. The goal is connected to other people or validation of others, and it just, all of those things are not sustainable. So if the goal is way too big, here's a measuring stick. It would need to be achieved or accomplished in the next 3 months or less. Is a good way to keep it small, because truly, honestly, I like to chop it down to just a month. But 3 months is the maximum we want to look for, right? We want to have little small mini goals, celebrations, get you moving along the path, create small habits, get big wins, celebrate, recalibrate, reflect, and then get back into the game again. So 3 months or less is a measuring stick, one of many ways to measure it. But is it too big? Is what you're wanting realistic? And that kind of goes along with being too big. I have people that'll reach out to me and they have really unrealistic goals that are really overhauling their entire life. And sometimes what their goal is it doesn't even have anything to do with them. It has something to do with other people, places, things, situations, or circumstances that are outside of their control. When I work with clients, I work hand in hand. We collaboratively work together on things that they have control over, things that are realistic. So is what you're wanting to work on and achieve and shoot for realistic and within your control? Does it involve someone else, right? Let's take that person out of the picture. Let's work on you. Relationship is probably one that comes to my mind right now. Is sometimes people reach out to me for coaching on relationship coaching, wanting to find true love or repair a relationship, or do I stay with this person? Do I not stay with this person? A lot of that has to do with another person. Let's work on you. Let's work on attracting love into your life, whether that be with an existing partner or a new partner. Let's attract someone into your life. In order to attract someone into your life, what do we need to work on, right? It's knowing that whatever it is that you're wanting to work on is intrinsic. It's meaningful to you. It's important to you. It's something that's fulfilling and provides purpose and meaning, and it's exciting, and it'll add joy and love and happiness into your day. And knowing that it's possible. Small enough, bite-sized enough, measurable, that we can work on it together. I understand that we all want to influence the world, make it a better place, have better health, maybe lose a certain amount of weight and look a certain way. But if you look at anyone's vision board, right? The vision board thing was just, I don't know if it's still a thing. I don't hear much about vision boards anymore, but it was a big thing. But oftentimes what is seen on a vision board would be sports cars, right? Big houses, maybe mansions, bags of money, a beach house, finish line to a marathon, pictures of architecture around the world that maybe indicates that you're wanting to travel to the 12 wonders of the world. And these are all big things. These are huge things that, maybe you have hopes and dreams about. But that's a mistake to put these things, these really big hopes and dreams on a vision board, because if that's the only thing that's on your vision board, these might take you 10, 20, 30 years or a lifetime to accomplish. And every day you're looking at that vision board in your little apartment, or maybe you're living in your parents' house in the basement, working your 9-to-5 job, barely making ends meet. And you're staring at this $10 million beach house on your vision board every day. That's going to feel impossible. That's going to feel heavy. That's going to feel really heavy and weighing you down. And it's going to feel out of reach. It's demotivating. So instead of that vision board being a motivator, instead of that vision board serving the purpose that it's meant for, to have your dreams, your goals in front of you and clear within your sight every day, it's actually creating demotivation, right? It's rubbing in your face, you don't have this, and perhaps you never will. Perhaps it's not even attainable. And it's also focusing on materialistic, extrinsic things. As much as we want it to be real, joy and pleasure and happiness are not in the things that are outside of you. That's not where joy, pleasure, and happiness comes from. So this vision board is not only demotivating you, it's not benefiting you and allowing you to reach your goals. It's not allowing you to get further in life. What you need to work on are the things that you can do today. The small steps, the incremental steps, creating habits, creating rituals, creating an identity, creating a lifestyle, creating a healthy mindset to achieve and overcome the little things in each day. Being able to cope and manage and navigate the things that pop up in your way every day. And being happy and grateful and appreciative for what you have along the way, and creating processes, creating energy, being happy and grateful for each and every day. So double check, what is it that you want? Has it shifted since I've started talking? Can you make it measurable? Can you make it time bound in less than 3 months? Because again, our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. 3 months is probably a long time. I know for me, I just reached a goal that did take me 16 weeks to get to it. 16 weeks was a long time. But I tracked every day, everything I did. And it was a long time. 16 weeks felt like a lifetime. But is your goal measurable? And by when? And can you chop it up and make it smaller? Can you describe it in detail? Can you envision it? So what does your goal look like? Can you describe it to me visually what it's going to look like? Can you describe how it's going to feel? And the feeling part is incredibly important because our mind is programmed to pull us towards things that feel good and away from things that don't feel good. So being able to describe it in a way that feels good when you say it. On the visualizing aspect, anything in any way you can describe it, and on how you see it. And this is all the details, everything. You kind of got to like picture yourself accomplishing it, whatever this is. This is where we build stamina or motivation, which I'll probably talk about motivation later in this program or a different one. I'm still working on the outline for this one, but stamina, it gives you the fuel and the energy to show up every day. Because you will never achieve a goal unless you have a very clear understanding of why you want to change something in your life. It's got to be crystal clear. Your goals need to be attached to your values, your morals, your principles. It has to originate from deep within your soul, right? That intrinsic peace. So for example, if you value your individuality, so your goals might include starting your own business, owning your own home, or working on a second job or a better job or a career, or getting through college, right, on your own. Maybe all these things are driven as your individuality, being able to do it on your own, proving that you have the stamina and ability. But all of these, we would need to chop them down into smaller pieces. Again, something 3 months or less, right? Even like writing a book, we can chop that up into smaller increments. But someone that values connectedness, right? I have people that reach out to me wanting to create connectedness with new friendships, right? So it might be setting a goal to just be social one time a week, creating mini little micro meetup group signups or whatever, or having people over to your house or meeting people someplace, bowling, whatever. I don't know. The sky's the limit, guys. But it's good to set a goal for the direction that you're wanting to go. Because honestly, I cannot tell you how many times I've set a goal and it's changed, right? I set off onto the path, I set off into the direction, and it changes as I go. My journey changes. So what matters is what you can do now, what you can do today. Small things starting today. Something you know that you can do consistently. Something you know that is sustainable. Setting the bar low enough, you know that you can do it every single day. Show up every day. Even if you're tired, even if you're exhausted, even if you're not feeling well, something you can do every day. So something that I know for a fact that cannot be done every day is some sort of rigid extreme weight loss or diet, right? Fad diet. It's not sustainable. So what is it that you want? And I want you to comment below, give me your feedback, tell me what your thoughts are, share with me what you hear in this message. All right, thank you guys, and I look forward to chatting with you.